How you going? I'm Johnny. This is the first video for Bad Choice Home Brewing. Sometimes you learn the most from bad choices. So here we go. So what we're doing is a little experiment to see if there is actually any difference between a hot cube and actually chilling the wort down. I've heard people say if you use the hot cube, you've got to adjust your hop additions, but yeah, a lot of things you've just got to leave to what's going on. I find the best way to do it is just science it. You do experiments with, basically do everything the same, write down the results, and that's science. So, as you've already seen, I've put the water onto boil, not boiled, heat up to 72 degrees, put the grains in. I've also got a little bucket set up so I can sit it on top with my baking tray, and then I can sparge it and it just freely drips back into it. Always get some more of that sweet wort. Okay, the first and only boil hop addition. 36 grams of Galaxy. And there is 20 minutes. Time to cut the power. And into the hot cube she goes. And that was 36 grams of Galaxy. That information will come up pertinent later. Safety first. And yes, you've got to do everything in one same way. Only this was done 2 months later. You need to run back again. I started it about 5 months ago. So yeah, 72 degrees again. Now, despite how long I spent putting grains in to this one, the OG came out at 1.048, whereas the other one came out as 1.050. So, don't know how that one worked out, but we'll see in a second with my other mistake. First and only hop addition for a 20-minute boil, and it's 35 grams of Galaxy. And yes, that was 35 grams of Galaxy. The other one got 36, and somehow, yeah, the 1 gram less, and we got a OG of 1.048. Now, because we live in Townsville, I can't just use the water straight out of the tap because it's not cold enough. So, what I need to do is set up an esky and have a submersible pump. This way I use less water. And the first little bit goes into one of my containers just for heating and making up my sanitation mix. And if there's the esky with ice water in it. That's the Lellemand Verdant IPA, which made a bloody good beer, but it had a lot of poison on it. So much poison. I left it in there for 2 weeks. When 2 weeks was done, I realised that, yeah, this still had a lot of poison on it. So I put it in for a couple of days to cold crash, and yeah, it still was really cloudy. We'll have a look at one of the beers later. Yep. And I like these buckets because I can seal the lid nice and hard and I can shake it and aerate it. And now we're going to the hot cube, which has now been sitting around for probably 3 months, 2-3 months, I'm not sure. I like to dump a little bit into the bucket first. That way I can shake it, pitch the yeast, shake it and get the sediment off the bottom and mix it all in nicely. And there's a little bit for which was 1.050.
Yeah. There's 1 minute of aeration, and
and after that shaking, the yeast would have been mixed in nicely too. So as I said, that is a lot of sediment on the bottom. That was a lot. Partly why I think I got 36 for one for the no chill and 35 grams of Galaxy for the other. So I use a brew father wrap for all my recipes, and one of the things you can do is you can adjust it and it'll give you all your measurements. So I think this recipe was originally for 21 litres, and because I made it for 16, yep, it adjusted everything for me. However, I had to round up, round down, figure out what to do, and obviously in the couple of months between I'd forgotten whether I'd rounded up, rounded down. I only found out during editing that I got this wrong. But the big question is, what we actually want to know is there a difference in flavour? So, we'll go with the chill. I know there is a difference in flavour. It is very subtle, but it is a difference. So the chill. This is a very good beer. Very good beer. And there is definitely a lot of bitter. There is a very subtle difference, but there is an extra bit of bittering. I don't know how to put it as a percentage, but it's subtle. If you weren't drinking them next to each other, you wouldn't know, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, this was a simple 20-minute edition. It's the last-minute editions, like the 5-minute edition. I reckon the Whirlpool, the 10-minute editions, they're the ones that are really gonna be interesting, and they're ones I plan on doing experiments with next. So yeah, these are good beers. It's probably the main thing. This is a bloody good beer. If you want to make it, I'll put the recipe in the description for 16 litres, and you can adjust it if you want. The other thing I've got to add is I added 36 grams of Amarillo and 36 grams of Zappa and I dry hop them at the 7-day mark. It's a good beer. I don't know how else to put it, but I like it. I gave it to my neighbour and he liked it. Simple question. Does chilling and no chilling or hot cubing make a difference? Yes, it's subtle. You're not going to notice unless you drink them next to each other. But this is a good beer. I'm going to continue drinking it. I'm Johnny from Bad Choice Home Brewing. And sometimes you just learn more from bad choices. Catch ya.